So now let's go ahead and talk about putting options. Okay, so this is where some people get confused. So let's go ahead and look it up. The Forex again, Forex binaries, and we'll do AUD JPY again. Now again, I don't have any charts open, so this isn't about trading strategies or how to win or whatever. This is just basically how to use the Nadex platform. The interface of it, and how to properly use it, so then you can apply your strategies to it. Okay, so let's say we're looking at right here in the middle. Okay, so the indicative is 94.4415. It's jumping around, so we'll click on 94.4. Okay, so let's say we believe once the ticket opens, we'll go ahead and look at it. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, so it expires in 5 hours and 1 minute. Okay, so essentially 5 hours. Let's say we believe it's going to be below the strike rate of 94.40 in 5 hours. Okay, so let's say right now, so we're technically out of the money. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on sell. Okay, so normally when you pick buy, right, let's say we want to sell one for $60. Oops. So we want to sell one for $60. Okay. Wait a second. I said 60. Why is my price 40? Right? It's because if you click 60 on buy, it says 60. But when I click 60 on sell, it says 40. Okay. Well, this is why the put options get confusing. Okay. What you're doing is you're paying the difference now between the sell offer or the sell bid size, or you're paying the difference between the bid and $100. Okay, so basically this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, so if right now the market is selling at $49.50, right, I'm going to click $49.50, and I'm going to pay the difference though of $49.50 and $100. So I'll actually pay $50.50. Okay, so let's just do another example. Let's say the market is the bid size is the bid is $40. Okay, so I'm going to put $40. That means I would pay 60 because the difference between 40 and 100 is 60. So whatever I believe a put is, I will actually pay more than what I'm assuming, right? Or less, depending on what the bid is. So let's say the bid is $70. Okay, then that means I would be paying $30. So one thing you'll notice, if you're in the money in the buy option, chances are this will be a higher number. Okay, it won't be like $20. It'll be like 56, 45, 60, whatever. Because you're closer to winning that at the moment when you're purchasing the contract. Okay, so same thing here. If you're winning, by a ton, if this says $90, right, then that means you're only paying $10 per contract, which is saying that you're really far away from winning that trade. Okay, so some people get confused and they see that because they're so used to seeing 90 in the buy and they think, oh, 90 is good. Because if it's $90, that means it's really close to winning. You're really in the money, right? Because there's only a $10, like if you're buying it, there's only a $10 margin of profit, right? Because that's the difference between 90 and 100. But if you're looking at the sell option and it's $90, chances are that means the buy is winning. So if the buy is winning, the sell can't be winning. So then you're $10 and the max you can make is 90 if you win, which means that there's a high risk that it's not going to go back down. But let's say you're trading a strategy, it's just going to tank, right? Patink, and then you're just basically, you're good. So this would be a magical buy because you're spending a little bit and you're getting a high return, okay? So one thing to remember is that let's say you want to short sell, okay? So let's say we're going to purchase this contract for 40. Let's see. Okay, I'll just give you an example just to show you how different it is. Okay, let's say right here on 94.8, right? So the indicative right now is 94.4. So it's well below 94.8. Okay? So if it's below 94.8 and it says $8, that doesn't mean you're paying $8 for a put option. You're actually going to pay $92 or wow. Okay. $92. So basically, let's say I wanted to buy one for $8, okay? That means I would spend $92 and the most I can make is $8. So think about it this way. Whatever price you're paying, or not what you're paying, but you put for price, is how much you can actually make. Okay? So if you're putting 8, the most you can make is 8. But if the most you can make is 8, that means you're spending 92 because it's the difference between 100. So let's go ahead and just purchase this, right? It's for the sake of just showing you, okay? Not for the sake of winning, okay? So let's place this order for 8, okay? So now it went to a working order and it just filled. It filled because the price went back to 8, okay? So if you look at your account, right, so your available balance dropped by however much we purchased for, and then this is going to fluctuate according to how much we're winning or losing by, okay, with whatever money is out playing in the field. So now let's say we want to go ahead and short sell this. So the current market is selling for $15.50. So the way the short selling a put option goes is the opposite of selling a call option. So if I sold a call option, that means I bought a contract calling, let's say for, let me go ahead and pull it up so I don't confuse you. Okay. So for instance, right, let's say I'm doing a call. I believe it's going to be above the strike rate. So I'm going to put buy, and I'll purchase 1, and let's say for $60, okay? So now if I short sell it, and I go ahead and sell it, let's say for 70, then that would mean I bought it at 60, sold it at 70. So then I made $10, right? With a sell option, it's actually the exact opposite. So meaning, if I purchased it for, okay, one second. Okay, so let's say I sold it. I purchased 1 for $8. Okay. So I really spent $92. If I wanted to try and short sell it for a profit, I would need to sell it, right? I would have to click on buy. Okay. And I would want to buy it. This is where it gets really confusing. I would want it to be less than what the average price was. So if I spent 8, I want to try and sell it for 7, I would make $1 profit. Okay? So I know that's probably really confusing, but let me go ahead and just show you. All right. This should come up. Okay. So some people might say, wait, I put 8, it's at 15. Why am I negative? Because a put is the exact opposite. Okay. So this is where it gets confusing, right? So if I spent, just think about it like this. You want to buy it and put your price for less than what you put your bid for. So if I put $7.50 right now, right, then I would make a 50-cent profit. Okay. But remember, it doesn't, one thing to keep in mind is that some people look at the bid and they believe, okay, well, why isn't it selling? Here, look, let me show you. So some people might look at the bid size and say, hey, I put $7.50. Why isn't it selling when this hits $7.50? Because you're buying. So to sell your, think about it like this. You have -1 position. So to get out of that, you need to +1. So you're purchasing, you're buying, you're plussing, right? Just like if you had a +1 to get rid of it, you're selling. So if you bought your contracts, you're then going to sell them to make your money. If you are selling contracts, you're then going to buy them to make your money, okay? So even though this says $7.50, your buy has to become $7.50 for you to make a profit, okay? This seems a bit confusing, but the big thing to remember is that when you're selling a contract, just remember the price is not what you're paying. The price is how much you could make back, okay, per contract. And then when you're trying to short sell, you need to buy a position and you need to make sure that your price, if you want to make a profit, is less than what your bid was. Okay? So if you buy this for $11, we want to make sure that we sell it for under $11 to make a profit. Just like if we bought for $17, we want to go ahead. So let's go ahead and buy one real quick. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so 16, let's say. Okay, so let's say we believe it's going to be above 9.8, in 4 hours and 51 minutes. So we go ahead and buy it. One for $16. Now, since we're buying, it's actually going to be the price that we put. So we're buying for $16. Okay, so now this order should fill instantly. And it should come down here. Okay. What just happened? Okay, so click on working orders. Okay, well, the market changed. Okay. So, since I was already trading that time frame, it got rid of... Okay, that's going to go ahead and update. Okay, so, well, that's going. We'll go ahead and... so, pretty much you should just remember that if you're buying... I know this is redundant, but repetition is the mother of all skills. So basically, if you're buying, it's going to be the same price, and then you could possibly win the difference between this and 100, and you want to sell it for, if you're short selling, you want it to be above the price you bought it for. If you're selling, you're paying the difference between this and 100, okay, so whatever the bid is and 100, and then when you short sell, you want to buy, okay, at less than what your bid was in order to make a profit, okay? So if that's still confusing, make a demo account and go ahead and, play around with it. Just remember what I told you, those simple things, and then it'll click. Watch, when you start doing it, you'll be like, oh, I get it, because you're going to see the profit loss changing, and then you'll have some fun, okay? So I hope that answered all the basics in terms of, putting and calling and the different strike rates and, the time frames and all that. So I'm sure there's more videos to come, but, this is just the start of getting your Nadex demo going and understanding the platform a little better, okay? So thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and talk to you soon.